When you see a new card game starting out, what do you expect to see? Amazing art? Easy to follow rules? What about easy to understand mechanics? It would make sense, right? However, Wizards of the Coast accidentally made one mechanic that for many new players who see it gets stopped in their tracks in confusion. And for some, it causes flashbacks when they just see or hear it. Hello everybody, I'm 16BitFair and welcome on into MTG History. Today we're going to be talking about the headache, that is the mechanic known as banding. Let us take a look where it started. The banding mechanic was first introduced in the Alpha set, back in 1993. This mechanic was designed and planned to be something that was flavorful and effective if used properly. This was Wizards of the Coast's biggest mistake, because how many people play with things for the intended way? Because of this, banding was dropped because it was deemed to be too confusing. So, what exactly did banding do? Because if we look at the cards from back in the day, we just see the word banding, and there is no description of it. Instead, it was in the rulebooks inserted in the starter decks, which contain the list of all the mechanics. Now before we dive in, I want to state that banding was tournament legal from Alpha all the way to the Weatherlight set. This means that banding, or bands with others, lasted from 1993 to 1997, with a total of 24 cards. They even did a joke playtest card with it too, Banding Sliver, because that's the last thing slivers need, right? Doing some research, I found out there's not just banding, but there's also bands with others. Okay, alright, fine, let's start off with regular banding. The rule text for banding says, any creatures with banding, and up to one without banding, can attack in a band. Bands are blocked as a group if a creature with banding you control, or blocking, or being blocked by a creature, you divide the creature's combat among any of the creatures it's being blocked or is blocking. Alright, now when you are attacking, you have to declare who your banding pairs are. However, when you're blocking, you don't have to do that until after all blocks have been declared, or at least that's what my understanding of it is. Honestly, there is so many extended rules to this thing right here, and I'm just scratching the surface on some of it. Whew. But the long and short of banding is it lets you control how the damage is spread out when blocking as compared to your opponent. You know, for a big wall of text, it seems a little bit easier to understand than I thought, or at least the basic level of it. Now, if that is banding, then let's take a look at a card that has bands with others. For this, we're going to pick on the card Citadel of Sarah as an example. This uncommon land from Legends lets us have all white legends gain band with other legends. Back when Legends used to be a creature type, instead now it's just legendary. If we already know what banding means, then Citadel of Sarah would let us ban any number of creatures as long as they are legends or legendary, right? Actually, yeah, that would be correct. So with that being known, do we ever have to worry about seeing bans or banding ever coming back in a future set? Because this seems kind of like a lot, and the answer is no, it is never coming back. We know this because Mark Rosewater himself has stated that banding in bands with others is an 11 out of 10 on the storm scale, with the lower the number meaning the more likely it is going to be brought back. But we'll talk about storm scale probably another time, maybe, I don't know. And that's going to be it for this week's episode, folks. I want to say thank you again for watching. I greatly appreciate it so very much. And if you like it, do be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps us a lot as we slowly grow and we slowly build a library of content. Also, if you like what you see, please check out some of our older videos. We have one talking about the anti-mechanic, and the last one we did, we were talking about the 1994 Summer Magic set. Anyways, I'm 16BitFair, and I hope you have a Duke day. Big shoutouts goes to iBoltFX for making our opener.